the sexiest man alive!
You're the sexiest man alive!
I'm the sexiest man alive!
As one of Hollywood's most charming, talented, and age-defying actors, Paul Rudd has evolved into a household name. But while his leading man career is relatively new, he's been on the acting scene since 1991. In fact, people are often shocked to find out that Paul is actually 54, despite looking barely 31. How does he maintain such a youthful look? Is it just good genes, or is there more to it? In this video, we'll dive deep into Paul Rudd's life and lifestyle so we can examine the routines and habits that help him look as if he's still in his early 30s. In the end, we'll highlight the 5 things he avoids at all costs in order to trick the world into thinking he's found the fountain of youth. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to unlock more secrets to staying young forever. Born in New Jersey but raised in Kansas, Paul Rudd's journey to stardom has been marked by his captivating charm and talent. His first ever role was in a Super Nintendo commercial, but he stepped onto the big screen with a breakout role in 1995's Clueless. Since then, he's become a favourite among fans for his roles in Wet Hot American Summer, the Anchorman series, and The 40-Year-Old Virgin. However, he didn't become a leading man until he was 40 years old. That's the year he starred in I Love You Man. He must have been doing something right, because Marvel soon cast him as Ant-Man, which required him to develop a shredded physique despite already being in his mid-40s. But it worked. People couldn't stop talking about how good Paul looked, and to this day, he still gets asked about his fitness routine, diet, and lifestyle habits. In terms of fitness, Rudd tends to work out a lot harder when he has a role coming up. This is especially true of his Ant-Man movies, which require him to be in tip-top shape. Because it's more difficult to pull this off as you age, Paul sometimes has to work a bit harder than the younger guys to keep his body looking its best. He starts his day with fasted cardio. This means doing heart-healthy exercises like running or cycling before eating breakfast, which encourages his body to burn more fat. He follows this with a routine of strength training, where he targets different muscle groups depending on the day. For instance, he might begin Monday with chest exercises like dumbbell bench presses, incline dumbbell rows, and wide grip lat pull downs. Tuesday, he'll move on to his back. Thursday could be abs and shoulders, while Friday could encompass leg workouts like extensions, leg presses, lunges, and Romanian deadlifts. This diversity in exercise not only helps his muscles recover, but also keeps his routine interesting and effective. Paul Rudd's diet is a key component of his youthful appearance. He typically starts his day with a cup of coffee with eggs and oatmeal. Just remember, that's after his cardio routine, when his body is hungry for nutrients. In order to keep his muscles looking great, he and his trainers have designed a diet rich in protein, including staple foods like eggs and salmon. He also supplements this with simple protein shakes made from just protein powder and water, usually without any fruit. The goal of his diet is to make his body use fat for energy. That's why he has to cut out most carbs, despite claiming to love bread and olive oil. Instead, he eats lots of vegetables, rice, and sweet potatoes. For a snack, he might eat nuts like almonds, which also have healthy fats in them. And while most people like to throw in a cheat day here or there, Paul says he's a firm believer in cheat meals, not cheat days. After all, he says he can't afford to spend 24 hours binging on pizza at his age. In the end, Paul's high-protein diet is essential for muscle repair, especially on days dedicated to strength training. He says that he's always been mindful of his food choices, learning over the years how his body reacts to different foods, both physically and mentally. While he may not rely as heavily on makeup as some of his female co-stars, Paul Rudd places great emphasis on skincare. For example, he uses sunscreen regularly to protect against UV damage, understanding the aging effects of UV exposure on the skin. He also incorporates daily moisturizers to help keep his skin hydrated. This helps prevent it from becoming dry and losing elasticity, which is a big contributor to aging. Finally, Rudd claims to use under-eye patches to reduce bags and maintain a fresh look, something that people of all ages can benefit from without having to spend too much money. Beyond diet and skincare, Rudd values good sleep and a positive mindset. He's careful to minimize screen time before bed. This is crucial for several reasons. For instance, electronic devices like smartphones, computers, and televisions emit blue light, which can interfere with the body's production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. There is also evidence that excessive screen time, especially before bed, can affect the quality of REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, which is important for memory consolidation and mood regulation. Like many of his beloved characters, Rudd also maintains a positive mindset, which is reflected in his overall well-being. Over the years, Paul has come up with a list of things he needs to avoid in order to look and feel his best. While some of these might seem obvious, others may surprise you. For instance, did you know that Paul was actually a long-time smoker? In fact, he's been pretty upfront about his struggle with nicotine addiction over the years. This makes his youthful appearance that much more surprising, considering smoking is known for aging people. But now that he's quit, he knows he can't go back again, so smoking is his #1 biggest no-no. The second thing he avoids is carbs. Of course, Paul's been adamant that he loves carbohydrates, especially bread, but he knows that they interfere with his weight loss routine. That's why he limits them as much as possible. The next thing he avoids is staying still. Paul prefers to be as active as possible. If he's not working out, he's out walking, hiking, or otherwise moving his body to ensure he's keeping his heart healthy and body active. The fourth thing Paul severely limits is his alcohol intake. He refers to this as the Chris Pratt approach to fitness. If you spend a year not doing anything fun, you can play a superhero and celebrate later on. Alcohol not only ages you, but it's essentially just empty calories, so this is a wise decision. Finally, Paul avoids processed foods like the plague. Such foods often contain salt, sugar, and additives that can really interfere with your body's natural processes. For instance, trans fats found in many processed foods can increase your bad cholesterol and decrease your good cholesterol, impacting skin health by reducing blood flow. Moreover, many processed foods contain ingredients that can trigger inflammation in the body, a key factor in the aging process. In the end, Rudd's approach to aging gracefully is all about balance. He combines a disciplined fitness regime, a thoughtful diet, and a dedicated skincare routine with a positive outlook on life. In that way, Paul Rudd's secret to looking decades younger at 54 isn't just about what he avoids, but also about what he embraces. We hope you enjoyed this video and find inspiration to live a healthy and full life.